Okay, it's not very often that there's a product that I just absolutely love that's amazing and it's at a really, really good price. But this lens, I don't really even know where to start. Actually, let's watch this and then we'll get to this. What's good, creative fan? Brandon Washington here. And first of all, if you're brand new to the channel, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button because this channel is all about filmmaking gear, tips, and tutorials. But really quick, before we jump into the video, I wanted to mention that the hoodies and shirts that I designed are now back available for sale. So if you guys are interested in those, I know a couple of you guys wanted to pick those up, but on the last run that I did, and there's a lot of new subscribers that are here since I ran them last, so those are available now, so definitely check out the links down below. I not only think they're really cool sweatshirts, but they also help support the channel and allow me to put out these type of videos for you guys on a regular basis. So if you guys want to support the channel and you think they're pretty dope hoodies and shirts, then definitely pick one up below. But in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at this lens right here. This is the Sony 85 1.8 lens. And honestly, this is a fantastic lens that I think really almost every Sony shooter should probably go ahead and pick up and add to their kit. Now, not to waste any of you guys' time, this lens here has been in my kit for a couple of weeks now, and I've been absolutely loving it. I've been shooting tons of video for this YouTube channel along with tons of photos. And recently I took it out on a photo shoot to really kind of put it through its paces. I did the entire shoot using this one lens, trying out some full body shots, some close-up shots, and realistically, I am absolutely blown away with what you can get for a lens that's sub $600. Now, as I mentioned already, this lens shoots at 1.8, which is going to give you that amazing shallow depth of field. On top of that, this lens is also going to have really fast autofocus. With it being a native Sony lens, it's going to work great in autofocus for both photos and video. And where I really saw this thing shining a lot was especially in the photos using eye autofocus. Now, on the outside of this lens, you're going to find a switch that allows you to switch this thing back and forth between manual and autofocus, which I think is a really nice add-on, especially at this price point. Like, for example, my Tamron lens doesn't have this, but with this Sony lens, they do give that to you. On top of that, they also give you a button on the side that is completely programmable. So that means you can set this to be maybe your autofocus button or your auto exposure lock or whatever you really want. You can go into your settings and program this button directly for that. Now, typically when I buy lenses, I'm always looking for the best possible lens, which obviously made me look at this lens versus the Zeiss 1.8 versus the G Master 1.4. And the price points are very different. This lens here comes in around $570 or $575, something like that. And then the Zeiss is a little bit over $1,000, and then the G Master is at almost $2,000. But realistically, after looking at all the test images and all the different, like, kind of just different specs between them, this lens here seemed to be good enough, which is the reason why I went with it. And man, am I glad that I did. Because this lens is so affordable and it does such a good job, for the difference, you could really do some other upgrades to your kit. For example, because this lens is literally over $1,000 cheaper than the G Master, for that $1,000, you could easily get yourself set up with some type of strobe, a modifier, a C-stand, and be able to do some really creative off-camera flash photography like I did in this shoot. You know, when it comes to this lens, there's not a whole lot more I can say. It is a phenomenal lens. It's completely sharp from edge to edge. I couldn't find any issues with it. In all my videos, I typically try to find at least one con, and honestly, I couldn't find one on this. I told you guys I'd be making this video, and I know it's probably going to be a really short one, but that's just because there's not a lot to say about this lens other than I recommend it. I definitely think that if you shoot Sony, this is a lens that you should have in your kit. The only reason why you wouldn't pick up this lens is if you are considering going with one of the more higher end lenses like the Zeiss Batis lens or the G Master lens, which if you are considering those, then you probably already know why to go with those. But at a lens at this price point, if you use your Sony for video and for photography, I definitely think this is a lens, especially with as light and small and compact as it is, that you should definitely throw in your kit and take with you. So there you have it, guys. Thanks so much for checking out this video. If you guys have any additional questions, which I already know some of y'all are going to be asking about my strobe modifier setup, so don't worry, a whole video is coming on that really soon. But first, I wanted to give my girl Rhea a second to actually plug her blog.
www.thelittlerayasunShineblog.com. Go ahead and click this button and follow.
There you go. So make sure y'all go click on the link above, or definitely check out the links in the description, because that'll tell you where everything's at. But again, thanks again so much for watching this video. Give it a big thumbs up, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.